see where new minutes,
No, we have minutes.
but we don't have enough to vote on.
No, you can read them. Actually, I just got those turned up 20 minutes ago.
Well, we can accept them if we're talking.
Except, right, one of those. ACC, thank you. Good enough. You're the editor. We'll take an exception to the second. Sure. What do you read? Yeah, that's the same thing. I'm looking at I'm thinking agenda and I'm giving you minutes. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, it's just.
The only thing I had is I got a letter from Michelle reminding us that we should come up with a budget.
Okay.
It's
When do you
going
need?
next month, but we don't have it. But I imagine that it probably would be more than a year away. It's going to be the case for some years. Hannah was sick, that's what she's doing. I had called her up earlier and she thought she was going to come. She's going to try to pick her up.
Everybody's quiet. I could copy what you sent me and I don't have it. But don't know why. I know what it is. You can't. Well, it is.
Yeah, I can send you a copy of the cemetery survey.
Yeah, I can bring it. I copied, I just finished copying it, so let's do it. I grabbed these, like that. Well, anyways,
This one right here.
not this.
No.
What he had was, do you have a copy of that?
No, I,
All right, that's all right. I'll have to bring it over to you. Let's look at it.
Of the list of all of them.
It's a list of the cemeteries, but it's the town cemeteries, not the veterans ones.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, and they, if my memory recalls, they wanted to know if people could be buried in them. And since most of these private ones are probably filled up and haven't been used for a long time, it's a non-pertinent question, but, and
I imagine it's
I
a
don't
family
know.
thing that can squeeze you.
I don't know who to speak to. Yeah, yeah. I don't know who to speak in terms of the ones that are privately owned, like Maple, you know, have its own. And, obviously people get buried in that.
And there are people that have lots in there that aren't going to be buried there.
I assume Acton Commons is the same one.
do you have an email?
Well, how could I? All I can get is dial-up. There's no cable down there. I'm not going to pay for a, what do you call it? You know,
The
satellite.
pages aren't very often, that's where it is. I got another copy. I'll send it. I'm totally with
Talk to Ed Walsh twice.
it. Yeah, well, it seems as though it comes from the municipal association.
Yeah.
You know, they've never pushed this before. And I've never seen anything like this. I don't know why, I mean, I can be positive about it. I can see the value in protecting and knowing what cemeteries are out there. You know, I can see the value of it, but I don't know where the responsibility lies. What's that?
This was supposed to be done by last night.
Well, I know, the date's not, I'll review that myself. I mean, if they're just looking for general numbers, York County Cemetery Association probably has as much data in order to make a law, you know?
Well, here's your list,
Yeah, it's a list,
already list.
certainly is fact.
You would just generally go these days. You will have, most of the stuff around. To be a ton.
And there are a lot of it, but you come across these things. A guy named Wilson back at the turn of the century that had a cemetery somewhere around 109, he's on the H road somewhere, I believe. And that one's out of Ivory Down. You come along these deeds and you come across these references to cemeteries. Doesn't mean there isn't a cemetery out there. It's just, it's not one that it's ever been noted. I mean, that's a bad zero. I mean, because they're not municipally owned, that's a bad, if we don't raise money for them, that's a zero. We don't make money on them, so that's a zero. How much, which municipal department, public works is responsible for the operation and maintenance? There are none, so that's, okay. So do we have a cemetery committee? No, so I mean, this is all blank. But if you're willing to provide contact information for the chair of the committee or other interested persons. Now, so as far as the community is concerned, that's non sequitur. As far as an inventory, there's no harm in putting down the associations that are there, I think Sanborn is a special one, as is Maple Grove. Now, this would be just PPP all the way down it, if not, and I hesitate to supply a contact information. Just to, like, who would you want to say do it? I mean, I don't even know,
Just hand on here for birthday.
But the answer here is no, you can't say they're accepting bid-outs, you just can't. Other than Maple Grove, and that's not even on here.
It isn't.
That's it. That's it. Oh, yes, it's your job. So these three. I don't know the status of the ownership of the Sanborn Cemetery. I know that this is a private cemetery association. I don't know if it's affiliated with the church or not. I don't think it is now. I think it's just a private cemetery association. Now, are there other ones? Yeah, there's a lot of private small. There's Prescott, there's Prescott, and Prescott, so they got all three of those. There's a lot of private burial places that aren't cemeteries, they're just
Yeah, right now we can buy a plot in it, just think can on.
But I assume this is the bracket Sanborn, and that's the bracket, or vice versa. Ronald's, I suppose, is the one that's over toward you.
Wonder where they got that this one.
Seems to be pretty close to what's in the town history. That's Simon Dames. This is, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll say Samuel Gidding. Well, that could be Samuel Thompson's. It's in Hobbs, but no, that's probably the Fox. Yeah, that's probably Samuel Thompson's. And the Fox is probably the Fox that's up on top of the ridge. But, you know, that's, that's part of the problem today, is they go by different names. You know, the names that's in the Acton history book isn't the same as the names that are in Frost, completely. There's a few differences. Holland Cemetery is there, but it's not where the book says it is. Well, it does in the tool. It says it's in the Edgecombe field, but the Edgecombe field's shrunk. So the Edgecombe field used to be very, very big. Now it's quite small, you know. So it's no longer in the Edgecombe field, but, so, you know, it's, Paul Cemetery is not on the landscape. It's there, you know, there's a stone there, but it's not. It's buried up in the back of the field, right up against the wall. There's no cemetery there anymore. Now they've got two narrows, you know, what's the one? Down by the church, they call them narrow. The one that's behind the Baptist church. But, so, I don't know what good it's gonna do. You know, you can just say, well, yes, you know, you can clarify that they're all private except for those three. And looking for feedback, that's valid. You know, we're looking for, you know, what aspects of cemetery laws can you, yeah, you could make the desecration of them a little stronger. You've got a lot of people doing that. I mean, I don't know if that really is a law or regulation, but, we had issues regarding the state road and the cemetery. I mean, I don't know how you'd want to frame that, but they need to be protected even against eminent domain. You know? I think you're right. I felt strongly about that one.
Well, there's a reason we're having a problem with this.
Yeah. But you can put that down on a piece of paper and think about it. Or take that with you. Yeah. No, think about it anyway. I mean, obviously, it's past due date, but, you know, we should have a policy toward it. Even if we're just doing it for the selectmen, we could have an attitude toward it. I think it's important that people know where they are because they disappear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's just one down on the flat ground, disappear. You know,
Well, I mean, one of the things, you would think that someone that's going through marking timber would have the brains to mark them off, but they don't on the lot, disappear.
oh, absolutely, and they're very easy because I got one out behind my house that's not on that list. And it's, matter of fact, there's two out behind the house that's not on that. Three that's out behind the house that's not on that list.
Is it on the other list?
No, not any list.
Why not?
Because there's no way to prove who it is. If you, all you can say it's a cemetery with no name in it, so you say it's no name, no cemetery. No, it should be on the list.
Yeah, but
there's a grave site there. There's one there with 15 graves in it.
Well, it's just like.
It's not on the list.
On Goose Pond Road, just before your Delia Bird house,
No.
right on the right. It looks like cemetery because all of a sudden it's got the granite post, 4 granite posts,
Yeah.
or more than granite posts, they get the iron pipes,
Yeah.
and it's all thing, but can't
Nothing,
see,
no.
can't find any stone.
Sometimes they dug them up. You know, I know 3 or 4.
Well, I say, I know Delia's
Yeah,
buried across the street, you know.
right.
Or other places we've gone and dug them up, not the grave, but the stones are there, but they've fallen down flat.
You know, we have found stones down 18 inches or so. And it's hard to believe they get down 18 inches, but they're down 18 inches, and you know, you're feeling along and say, we know they're there because somebody said that there was records of it. And so unless somebody in the last 70 years picked the stones up. But having said that, in 70 years, it's hard to believe a stone would get buried that far before I government came in. No, I got one, like I said, the one up behind the house, and George Mee asked me one time, he said, you know where that one is? And I said, yeah. He said, it's a strange thing. I said, there's more than one grave here, there's a lot of them. But I can't tell you which family. I have a good idea of who it might be, but awful hard to prove. It's awful hard to prove. You know, it takes an awful lot of work for, but, but I don't think there's anything in here that's not on the York County Cemetery Association. I think they're all there. Whoever did that, which was, actually, that was the main old cemeteries, whatever they call that. New Hampshire had the same thing. But, like I said, there's more private cemeteries than that. I didn't count that, but I think we said there's something like 73 or 4 down to it. It's a far shot from my head. It was quite a mess. It's quite a bunch.
Oh, yeah, like, I think I got 2 there.
And I don't, you know, there's pieces of the town that I don't know. Back over in Youngsbridge and Actonhurst, there's gotta be some more over there. You know. Just, yeah, well, apparently that's where they got it. And they said it looks like the same list that they got, which is fine. I'll run it by Anna and see if she has any thoughts on how she'd like to have it protected. I suppose whose responsibility is it to enforce a desecration? Because that, you know, but certainly with the veterans, nobody addresses that. You know, they say the select people are supposed to put flags out, but whose responsibility is it?
Well, it's up to them to tell you,
You know.
this is, in a way, my feeling is that if the Conservation Committee wishes to turn around and say, accept the responsibility, they say cemeteries and historic buildings or historic sites and whatnot, then we should turn around and amend the Conservation Committee ordinance and put it right in there, so that all of a sudden, boom, it's there, okay?
You
It's
still
official,
have,
okay? And if you want to do something, they say, well, what did it, hey, the town meeting voted, we're responsible.
but there are state guidelines.
The way it is now, it's kind of, you know, if the selectmen get around to it and want to feel like asking you to do something,
Well,
and
there's-
feel like doing it, then fine.
There was nothing but advisory capacity set up in the Conservation Commission laws. There are advisory and some collecting of dues. You know, there was capacity to have funds against conservation issues, but there was no regulatory arm of how the state set up conservation committees.
I was gonna say, you know, it's either that, or they could turn around and establish a, historical committee, a separate committee that would be responsible for the cemetery, old cemeteries and historical buildings. they don't want to do that, I don't, my
No,
comment is they
why
can
not?
turn around and just say,
Yeah.
delegate it to the historical society, and if any money is raised in the historical society, have access to those monies to, you know, do what the town wants, what the selectmen want to do.
Yeah, I see what this committee does in terms of putting flags up is totally different than just a cemetery, than what a town would have if they had a cemetery gate. I don't know how they, I don't know how Sanford per se, that might have a cemetery gate, dishes out the flags. I don't know if that's, is something,
Well,
if
I
that
think,
falls
I
under
think
them.
down is Sanford, the VFW, and there's a couple of
They take it up.
organizations, and then they get together and,
Yeah.
I don't know where the town, you know, supplies the flags, and then they get a bunch of volunteers to go around and put them out.
I don't know, I think over, you know, I believe in some towns in New Hampshire, they just supply the flags and you have the right to put them over. You know, they don't make the effort to
Pick
put
one
them
out.
out. Yeah, they don't make, but I wouldn't go that far as to say that, but, because I know Hannah's point is well made, it's been hard to get people to help us put flags up. You know, and that's difficult. But this seems to be something slightly different than cemetery. They're just looking for something to beef the law up and wanted to know, to update their list. And, you know, you can, for whom it may concern kind of thing, you know, you just do it and pass it off. You know, what else can you do?
Well, I think they probably want to find out how much capacity there is before somebody says, we have no place to bury it.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
That's coming up, you know, there is that issue. And yet there's an awful lot of there's a lot of private burials going on. You know, people do bury on their own lots,
Mhm.
or next to their lots. You know, up on Hills Ridge, that, you know, within a mile of me, I know 2 or 3 private burials that are taking place that, shit, that's another one too. There's another private cemetery, so they pop up, you know. Are you classifying those as private cemeteries? By this standard, yes. Any, you know, a place where anybody is buried is a cemetery, you know. I don't know how that, I don't really know how that works, whether, you know, if I want to be buried on my own land, is there plot size dimensions that have to be accompanied with that? I don't know. You know, I don't know what the law is. You know,
In Chicago, I had it,
yeah.
you have a right to.
You have a right to be, sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
basically, you just gotta tell them you're gonna do it, so
Yeah,
it
yeah, you know, so you
doesn't
put-
find a body out in the
So you
woods.
put a marker out, and you can say, well, I'm under the 3rd stone and the 3rd brick of the chimney, you know? I don't know, you know, obviously, is it a dedicated space? You know, but anyways. So that was, you know, other than that, the, you know, the poster conference, that really continued new business, old business, you know. Anything left over from last meeting that we should continue to discuss? I haven't been too busy to go out and look to see what's going on around here. You know, Moose Mountain's got a workshop. You know,
I got
coming up.
the thing in the mail today.
Yeah, it's a long ways off. But, you know, they have activities, but their annual meeting is good.
Is that's the one that got from conference?
Yeah. Might be good. I don't know, so I can't say for the bad. But
Actually, you did it down here about
Go ahead.
cemetery, about cemetery
Listing.
listing,
Yeah.
survey.
I got fine, we can do that. Survey instead of, yes. Yes, survey, okay. As I said, I should have done better last week. It's difficult to talk and try to take notes at the same time as you talk as much. Can't do 2 things at once. this is something, you know, doing showing, jump ahead and showing traffic, this was the deal. This is, I come across these things that are copied from work or did for one reason or another. And this one's quite complex. And it's poorly organized because it was a very old printer and a new computer. But the concept is stream crossing, and the guidelines are how much there goes into crossing a stream properly without doing damage. And, you know, this kind of stuff is really, it's good to read, whether it's storm management or it's just stuff that you would not normally think of, you know. And this one's basically got to do with largely culverts, but it also has to do with, it treats roads as a crossing too.
Yeah.
You know, if a road crosses a stream, that's a stream crossing because it does impact
Well,
the normal flow of animals.
Yeah, well, this is the big thing. I'm involved with the South River Santa Club,
Yeah.
working on these things, and for the migration of the fish. And, what they found is a lot of the road crossings going, we've been put a culvert, and all of a sudden, there'll be a drought.
Oh, yeah.
And so the fish can't,
Yeah.
So this is what they try to do is replace a culvert and get it down so that all of a sudden you get a free flow
Well,
year round. Have it come out so that
It's not the water,
the end of July or August is a 2-foot drop.
and that's basically, what it is. The drought conditions, the change in bottoms that affect it,
On the Mills Road.
Yeah.
Just up around the corner here, when they replaced that bridge that washed out,
Okay,
they turn around and the bottom of it, okay, it's all like stepped,
okay.
so that the fish can come up, and there's little pools, even when the water goes down, there's little pools, so the fish can go in the little pool.
I've never looked inside that,
Yeah.
but maybe, 'cause, I know they do it, but even in the bog road going over to Center Lebanon, they took the one out and put 2 in there. And is that a proper, even though that's right in the middle of a bog, it's still a stream crossing. And have you changed the conditions for the natural wildlife that use that stream? Yes, you have. Or a classic one I like is going in down through, I'm not sure if it's in Lyman or it's still in Alfred. I think it's still in Alfred. And, the old road is over to the left. And the river's this wide, the stream's this wide, and the abutments are that wide. It's very well done. I mean, it's a long span and it meets it. But a lot of times your abutment is right here. So you've got nothing in terms of a shorefront. You've changed that profile for the fish and for anything else that might be trying to go up that stream without going up and crossing the road. I didn't catch the nightly news last night. I think it was last night. We were talking about coyotes in downtown Chicago. Did you see that?
No, but I saw it.
Well, it was actually quite good. It was saying the coyotes should watch for the signs and cross when the lights were green. I'm being funny, but it was actually talking about how adaptable a dog can, I'm going to call him a dog, because it kind of can be, it's just funny. But the reverse of that is, what damage are we doing to the natural wildlife? And I've got an awful lot of stuff like this, and this is, it's just going to be, nothing better to do on you. But I had worked a couple of years ago on that wildlife inventory, natural resource inventory, and I was reading McGibbon's book the other day, and he had a couple of points in there that were very good. There's a lot of things that we're trying to do to save nature or to save resources that just have not worked. It just had not worked. And so after he got done with all that volume of planetary change or climate change, And that was what, 1989, 1990 that he looked at? Yeah, no, it was a classic at the time. He was one of the ones that really got it moving. And he decided to take the last chapter of the book or so, he takes a step back and look at premise, almost a be a principle. Of why do we consider ourselves the only animal on the planet? And there's a little bit of what Hannah was talking about at the last meeting, do you give nature rights? But I guess I'm leading up to something. Instead of looking at a natural resource as what you normally see as a regulatory norm, look at it in terms of I don't want aesthetic. If you can see what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't have a problem with this. The libertarians would be all over it.
Yeah, I know. So it's just the way it is.
Thought we could talk about that too.
I mean,
And the governor's kind of.
I'm just saying, if this is a non-regulatory committee, then why not couch things in terms that are bigger and try to get, for an aesthetic? I mean, why do you want to protect the salmon? Is it because you just, you want to make sure that nobody is wrongly catching salmon, or do you just want to see the fish survive?
As long as it's fine.
Yeah, that's the point. So if you looked at, if a conservation committee set up an inventory, or that inventory that you just did there, cemeteries. I mean, why do we want to do this? We want to do it because we want to protect cemeteries. It's not there, you could be right. They just want to see if there's enough space to bury the people. So I was just looking at that in terms of a resource, grand statements about gravel as opposed to, well,
Whether somebody took too many yards and that.
Yeah, and I just wondered if it would be worth exploring that. We take one issue at a time, like the forestry issue, and say, why do we want to protect acting forests? What are the reasons? Now, I know that's what the comprehensive plan did.
No, we do it all over, then be ready for the next time. Right?
Yeah, but doing it a little different way than the comprehensive plan did, because the comprehensive plan did it within the framework of planning for a community. And if you did it with just the premise of protecting the salmon or protecting the trees, as opposed to having it as a regulation within the body of law, it might be a fun exercise, or an exercise that would be productive. Because it's hard to write a conservation warrant when there's no body, there's no formulation for doing so in the past. You just burn your capital. And the planning board gets in trouble for burning capital when they're only doing what the law tells them they have to do.
What else we got?
I don't know much else. I just keep working on things. I think Trent would like to do some of the town forest stuff. I think I'd like to do the town farm. I'd like to get up there and do some.
That's just a rough. Okay, good. Picture.
There's a lot of little tidbits in there that are fun and makes you have perspective. I know I saw a note that I think it was 1917, the schoolhouse that's across from me. It cost $12 a week for 10 students. Just interesting fact. It was $12 a week for 10 students.
I intend to use some of those.
Yeah, they're good, they're just interesting,
Yeah.
And the elementary school certainly has changed. It's not the elementary school it was when I went there. You know, it's totally different. You know?
I was just trying to lay out, I gotta get a different picture of that. But,
I mean, with Google, not able.
I have 145 years town reports.
Yeah.
That's a lot of town reports, Blake.
Memory might be a little foggy, but there's the town reports and then there's the school reports too, right?
School reports are part of the town report, even way back in
Even way back.
1878.
Did they publish all the information that was on the school themselves? You know, it seems as though I've seen the body of something somewhere that's a little more extensive than what's in the school, than what's published. But,
The trouble is, some of the years, whoever wrote the annual report, which is quite a little, you know, oh, that was a good year and things were good.
yeah,
But the other ones, they get detailed, you know, conditions and go down and list each school, who the teacher was, how many kids were there, average attendance, any problems in that particular school and whatnot.
you know, there's a lot there, you know. The innuendo of things that are there, you know.
And when I'm doing it, I'm making notes on each one, you know. I read them, you know. In 1884, a new schoolhouse was opened in 1884. Then in 1903, what had been called the Brackett School has been named a Lincoln School and will hereafter be designated as such. Then in 1920, students at the Hubbard School were all transferred over to the Brackett Ridge School. 1903 said it's going to be the Lincoln School, but in 1820
They still refer to it. They can't help it, yeah, they can't help it, so it does vary. And they're gonna say, well, from this date forth, because people don't, they're gonna call it what they call it,
Always called it.
you know, but,
And some of the superintendents, more than 1 year,
The stuff I
2
find-
years, they complain about
Yeah.
the boys that didn't have nothing better to do than bust up the alley posts.
you know, what I find, you're going along, all of a sudden you find out that the school was transferred to a religious organization, and you know, the Hobbs' not good, but that was transferred by I want to say, oh, I can't give you the anagram, but it was an anagram, you know, or anachronistic. And it stayed within 4 or 5 years, you know, and it came back into schools, I guess. But, you know, it's interesting how they bounce around. So is there anything you want to do for next month?
Well, trying to get our budget.
Okay, yeah, you're stuck, yeah.
That way they don't have to call me,
No, give Hannah a call and see if she's got any thoughts and ask her to ask her what they have to say quickly about it.
So, you're gonna put in for the budget, gonna put in budget, it's gonna be in by the 30th of this month.
Nothing like that, it's
Yeah?
My recommendation, is put in money for the flags, then heck with it, we'll see what happens. I'm chairman of the Warren Finance Committee, so I won't give you a hard time.
I think she did spend a chunk of it for brass markers this year, and that was good.
When you compare what the other towns, you know, I have no problem with putting in a figure of 2,500. If you use it, fine. If you don't, then let's say if it's something that wants to be done, at least you get some money to fall back on to turn around and,
Oh, that's new articles, ordinance, and special projects. Budgets are not due until February 27th. And then in March, we'll have warrant and finance meetings.
Our next meeting's the 24th. Next meeting's the 17th. If my calendar's right. There was a particular. I got into these people, talking about genealogy. The Morrisons are fascinating. I didn't realize they played that role in the Mills that early on. It's an interesting whole family. You were intrigued by Henry Mills' drainage at one point. I said, you raised a question about the Henry Mills
Yeah.
dams. Yeah. It's fascinating. I had an odd note that one of those dams was improved right at the turn of this century, 1911, 1912, somewhere in there. Somebody had done a major piece of work on it. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if that's true when you look at it. When you go down there, when you go down to Bridgeville and look toward the canal there, that's not that old. There's been a lot, there's been a major piece of work up on there put into it. But
Then we have to rebuild something.
the original dam, I think, was downstream of that.
Yeah.
I think it was out in behind the nation. It was down below the first dam, so on that lower. So they must have jacked up the height of that. And also used to be called Long Pond for way back.
oh, yeah,
You know. But
back in my younger days.
did you call it Long Pond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was always long for my teenage years.
And that's where it was on the old deeds way back. If you spoke of Melson, you're actually talking out to it. What? Melson actually referred to sections in water there. Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, in terms of the national, instead of an inventory, which, I see these towns inventories, they call them resource inventories, and they're really an assessment, but not a synopsis, not an overview, just an assessment. I don't think we understand. You want to take that with you and study it?
I'll take it. I don't know how far, I mean, I think you've already basically did it.
Yeah, I think that's probably part of it. We should get a copy of it, just, we didn't get a copy of it. Well, good luck with that report, that should be fun. want to be on the school, or is,
The planning board refused to take any action. And right now, the point that they stated, you know, it can meet all present setback. Now, Tom Cashin went out, and I went out and double checked his measurements and whatnot, and put some stakes out in the field where to meet the 75 setback, where the building would have to be. It would mean that it would have to be moved back from where it is now, 175 feet. That would put it way back in
middle of the
the field next to the woods, and it looks so far out of place, and, and I just wish you could turn around and show there's a little bit of, a little bit of give there, you know. But right now, there's a proposal going to be on the agenda for the February, first meeting in February, the planning board, to consider amendment to the zoning to exempt historic buildings and site. And even if it does give a full exemption, I would like to see it, you know, at least turn around, have the language change that for historic sites, that give the planning board the ability to turn around and, you know, discuss, like they do in the shoreline zoning. If all of a sudden somebody wants to rebuild a camp or something like that, and all of a sudden they go to the planning board, and the planning board will look at it and they decide what is, you know, in other words, the lot's not big enough, they can't move it back 100 feet because the road's only 100 feet.
right,
So they turn around and they say, okay, you know, move it back.
So for stuff like
If it's
this-
100 feet, just move it back 50 feet, or maybe 30 feet, but it gets it back further from the water than it was, but it still provides a setback from the road and allows the person to go ahead.
I'm glad he's thinking of it.
But, you know, all this stuff, it's hard to turn around and, you know, have everything right down black and white, and it's hard to cover every aspect, you know. Now, one of the interesting ones is above, is my property. I found out, talking to the code officer, my property, 10 acres, is totally unbuildable. Why? Because
Because of that.
the map, is it the
that
map
wetland.
says, you know? Yeah, I can understand, you know, resource protection down, protecting the swampland and everything. But why did it have to go from the edge of the wetland all the way out to the road? You know? All it is because somebody had a big brush marker when they drew the maps. They drew the different colors around, you know? And so the code officer looked and said, oh, your property's all a little green, you know? Yeah. This is the Young Bridge School,
Yeah,
where it is.
right,
No, code officer just marked that off on the map,
yeah,
but it's actually 175 feet, and put it way out the edge of the woods.
yeah.
You know, for what purpose? You know, they're trying to say, well, the reason why they don't want to allow it built in place is because what they turn around and say is that if somebody else come up the road, ran into it again, that they can sue the town. But they turned around and offered the lady that owns it, Mrs. Barrows, she turned around and was consented to turn around and put a barrier in front of it. You know, talking about, you know, and, either guardrails or concrete, very concrete, or whatever you want. You know, real low, about 2 foot high, and it will protect the school. But, it's just kind of.
Yeah, but if I was gonna have them do that, make an island in there, you know, make it so you could get close to it, you know, make it, you know, really so that you can, this, the reason the island is there is because the school is there. You know, like Parsons, Maine and Rochester, you know?
You gotta remember that this school was here before the road was here.
Good point.
I think Ed Walsh is the one that told me he's got a picture of the school
Without that road.
without that road.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
So I don't know,
Well, but certainly making an argument for the best possible location.
yeah.
If you can't have it where it is,
So that if you went out there and, you know, you discuss it and whatnot, and come up with a, you know, a mutual agreement, you know, there's maybe 50 feet, maybe 60 feet, but have to move it 175 feet, that's a long way back.
It certainly shows how things change.
You know, I can point you to other sections of the ordinance that turn around and says that an accessory building such as this, that's under 600 square feet, doesn't have to meet side back, you know, setbacks. I would say, this building is only less than 576 square feet, it's less than 24 by 24. I measured it, and so that's less than 600. So, you know, but they just pick the sections of the ordinance that they want and ignore the others. This is what gets me, when you have an ordinance, then also you go, you know, pick 3 or 4 different scenarios that cover it, but it all of a sudden